And welcome back. For this segment, we'll look into the pressures faced by youth today. On my left, I have Amos, who is a secondary 4 student and taking his O-levels this year. On my right, I have Astoria, who has just stepped into the working world. So, Amos, what are some of the pressures you face as a student in today's society?
Some of the pressures I face today are the pressures that I really face in school. Usually they are caused by my peers, so it's called peer pressure. And I face the peer pressure to do well in my studies, as well as to remain popular in school.
You talk about popularity. Why is there a need to be popular in school?
I feel that there's a need to be popular in school so that you really don't get left out. So that you have like friends and all to support you through your whole secondary school life.
Okay. Just curious, I also come to know that you are a Christian as well.
Yeah.
And you are faced with a lot of problems and pressures in today's society.
Yeah.
So, has God in any way actually helped you overcome such pressures or anxiety?
Yes, of course God has helped me. And I'm sure He will help me next time, even when I have troubles if I turn to Him. I did face peer pressure in Sec 1. I was with a bad influence. I picked up smoking as a bad habit. And yeah, my dad came to know about it, and since he's a spiritual person, he talked to me and he asked me to pray and read the Bible more so that I'll grow closer to God. Because although this is what he said, I also somewhat agree with him that is when you're closer to God, God will help you to overcome these temptations, because He's the only one that can really help us to live in society, to be good people and leaders. So yeah, in the end, I overcame the temptation of smoking with the help of God, and yeah, my father as well, who prayed for me constantly, and I also read the Bible more to grow closer to God.
Okay. Thank you very much for your sharing. It's wonderful to listen to your experience. So now we know a little bit more of the pressures faced by students today. And now we have Astoria, who has just finished her studies and has stepped into the working world. So Astoria, having just stepped into the working world, what are some of the pressures you face during work?
Okay, peer pressure is not only confined to the student world. I get it in my workplace quite a lot as well. One thing is my colleagues tend to smoke and they drink a lot as well. And they tend to want to get you into it, and that's what I'm struggling now with.
Oh, so how do you kind of like hold back from doing these activities with them?
More like I just keep on rejecting, knowing that after a lot of rejections, they're just going to stop asking you. Because you don't want to be part of it. You don't want to start and know that after a while, you're going to get hooked and then you can't stop.
Okay. I can see you're really disciplined in this aspect. Is there any other stuff that happens in work that you are not very happy about or you feel very pressurized to do?
Also, you get a lot of work pressure in the sense that you're asked to perform under time constraint. And at the point of time, it makes you, how we say, get a bit panicky, knowing that, okay, I'm under constraint, I need to perform, I need to do this very well. And I've learned to be more calm now and settle my work a bit better.
Okay. Is there anybody you can turn to when you meet such situations?
God has given me a lot of good seniors to talk to, whom I can turn to in my time of need, and just generally be there for me when I'm down or upset.
So I guess having fellow Christians would definitely help in our walk of life. Thank you, Astoria. Through the sharing, we can actually see how different people at different stages of their lives are faced with similar problems. And we can be encouraged to see how God actually works in their lives. Now we have Aaron, a full-time staff with a church who has been working very closely with youths to share his experience with us today. So Aaron, can I know a bit more of what are the most urgent needs we need to address for youths today?
Okay, I think the youth currently at the early stage of their teenage year, they will have to know how to handle the peer pressure. I think this is one of the most urgent issue that we need to equip the youth today.
Other than peer pressure, is there anything else?
It's related to the peer pressure. It's also their own personal self-esteem issue. They need to feel good about themselves so that they are able to handle the peer pressure in a better way.
So, in the light of these challenges that we have, what are some of the ways the church is helping the youth cope with these pressures?
Okay, what we do here is number one, we are creating an environment where the youth can find acceptance among their peers here in the so-called safe environment. And also, we as adults will be providing the role model in guiding them and showing them the appropriate way to respond to all this peer pressure that they face in their school and perhaps also in their early stage of their work life.
That's very good. Thanks, Aaron, for the insight. And
You're welcome.
no problem. Is there any last words before we end the show?
Well, I think it's very important for the youth to know who they are. They are precious and priceless in the eyes of God. And because of that, there's no need for them to please anyone else. But to remember this, that God loves you and He will see you through in all the years of challenge. And you'll be successful when you follow Him.
Thank you, Aaron. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for watching Saturday at 5 Evening with Mark Letterman. Till next time, goodbye.
Goodbye.